Hello everyone, Doug from Convology here, and today we're going to look at another tutorial, this time how to create a completely custom login form for WordPress. The tools we're going to use are going to be linked in the comments as well as in the blog post for this at convology.com, so if you have any questions or want to know what tools I'm using, you can just follow those links. We're going to use Thrive Architect as the main tool for building this login form. So the first thing we want to do is kind of decide what we want the look and feel to be. So let's go ahead and first add a login form. All we have to do is take this element and simply drag it onto our page. Now, I want to walk through some of the elements of this login form, kind of show you the features real quick and what you can edit, and then we'll go and see what we can do to make this look like a somewhat decent looking page. So first things first, let's click on the element here and walk through some of these options on the left-hand side. Just like anything built in Thrive Architect, we have the ability to control its layout and position, background, borders, shadows, responsive elements, etc. But the settings that are unique to the login form are this after success login. We have the option to redirect to a custom URL, like a thank you page, or maybe to a dashboard for courses, or somewhere like that. We have the ability to do nothing, just simply have them log in, and then they would see a form that says, hey, you're already logged in. We can show success notification, something slides in from the top that says, hey, you've logged in. I don't recommend this, I think this one's actually kind of pointless. And then we have the redirect to Apprentice course index. This is a unique option that appears when you have Thrive Apprentice installed, and this will take you right to your Thrive Apprentice course index page. Very handy if you're using this as a way for your students to log in to view the courses. We also have the ability to alter that success message if we're using it, or if we change to the custom redirect URL, we can see what URL we want to put it into, no redirect, etc. Now we have the ability to adjust our form width. We can make it wide, we can make it very narrow. We have the ability to turn off and on labels. So if you didn't want to see username and email, you wanted to hide that and have it be all inline, you can do that. You have the ability to turn on and off the Remember Me checkbox, as well as the ability for them to see the password reset link. Now, like other things in Thrive Architect, when you click on the form or you click on the element, you may see this orange, peach, salmon-ish colored edit form elements. When you click on that, you get a series of new options. So now we're editing the elements of the login form themselves. For example, the text that says username and email address, I can click on that and I can completely customize what this says. So perhaps I only want this to say username or email address. Whatever I want, I can make the edits. And let's say I wanted that font to be a different color. Well, I can come into here, I can make it black. Now, notice what happened. When I changed the font color for the email address link text, it changed it for all of them because you see the screen checkbox, or I'm sorry, the screen padlock here. This means that these are locked and linked together, which is a nice feature. That way you only change things once. Now we can also edit our fields like this. Let's say we wanted to change the borders to those. We have the ability to come into borders and corners, and we can change this color. Let's say we wanted it to be the blue to match my brand. And there you go. The borders on those have changed. Now we have a couple of really neat other options here. We have the ability to click into each of our fields and to change the placeholder text. So this could say email or username, and it populated this field. And this one for the password, you can say password or whatever you want. We can come in here and we can add an icon. It automatically syncs with Font Awesome. So for this one, we could do maybe like an envelope to signify something to do with email, right? So let's choose that. And we can come into here. Oh, that was password, right? So let's change that to something that's related to a password. Maybe to like a key. That's kind of password-ish. And then we can come up here back to email. And let's change the icon to the envelope that we had. That looks good. Now we can move those icons over to the left with a click of a button, which is really neat. And we're starting to look pretty good here. So we can also, down here in the bottom, have the ability to edit the login form, which is what you see now, the password recovery form, in case somebody forgets their password. Every element of this is completely customizable. We can also edit the password recovery confirmation, meaning, hey, your password has been sent to your email, or whatever we want this to say. And then we have the ability to show what they see when they are already logged in. This is super powerful. Like, this is completely different than the normal WordPress login page. If you have students that are logged in already, you could completely customize this to include maybe a button, right? Like, we could come in here and we can add a button that says, hey, you're already logged in, but if you want to go and view our courses, click here to view the courses, right? Someone clicks on that button, you can have them go and get redirected. That's really, really neat. So let's go ahead and go back to our login form, and let's look at, again, some of the things that we can do with this. So I want to turn off labels because I don't think that they need it. And let's look at what else is kind of cool about this, right? We can edit this entire page, the entire login experience. So if I go to the background section here, I can apply a background style, or I could first make this whole section match the screen height and center my form. Let's go ahead and add my logo. So let's add my logo, and again, Thrive Architect automatically pulls in the logo that I've assigned automatically by just dragging in my logo element. It's starting to look really nice. Let's add a background image to this, maybe something peaceful, right? So let's add an image. Just happen to have an image on hand here, and that looks pretty good, but my logo's kind of not really meshing well with this, and the form's not standing out. So let's make some tweaks. I think this would look really good if they were both within a container that maybe had like a white background. So I'm going to drag in a content box, and now I'm going to realign all of these things inside of this content box, and I'm going to center the content box, and let's add a background style to it. Let's go with white, and let's make it slightly more transparent, something like that. That looks nice. And I think I want to round the corners, so I'm going to go to borders and corners and give it just a few pixels of rounding there, 6. That's already starting to look really, really good. Now I want to change the color of some of these elements, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to edit the form elements, and I'm going to change this button color to match my brand a little bit better. That's looking really good. And I don't want the remember me option on, so for whatever reason on my forms, I'm going to want to disable that. So we'll hit done and we'll uncheck remember me. And already I think we're looking good. I'm just going to make one more quick change here. I'm going to change the color of this text to be maybe just my brand blue again, something really simple. Actually, no, let's go ahead and let's make that like a grayish color, something that's a little more subtle. All right, that looks really, really good. So as you can see, with just very, very minimal effort, we were able to completely transform the login experience for our users. We were able to create a custom page. Now when somebody logs into this, they will be, well, if I were to change this and say, send them to my Thrive Apprentice course page, they will automatically be sent there. And if they were already logged in, well, we can see what that experience looks like. If they're already logged in, they're going to be sent to the course page. If they wanted to reset their password recovery, well, we can make this text a little darker because we changed our background color. But as you can see here, we have complete control over the entire experience. And I want you to think about ways that you can use this login form now to create a login experience that's even different, right? I went a little more traditional still, but you could embed the login form anywhere. You could put this in a blog post. You could put this in a sidebar. You could put this on the course page itself. So be thinking about those things and realize that that's the power of Thrive Architect. It really is the fastest page builder, and it is the most dynamic and robust tool editor out there because of all the freedoms that we have here. All right, that'll do it for today, guys. If you have any questions about how to use the custom login form or Thrive Architect, please feel free to leave a comment or message me on Convology.com. Have a great day.